Guys, we're here to talk about some exciting news. According to Global Newswire, the virtual tour software market was valued at $340 million. However, the market is expected to reach by 2030 a valuation here of $941 million per year. That is a massive uptick in growth with a 13.7 CAGR by 2030. I'm going to put what that means right here, but essentially that means that virtual tours aren't going anywhere. So what does that mean for companies like Matterport? What does that mean for companies like CloudPano, Kula, and 3D Vista? Well, first let's talk about Matterport because they're obviously one of the bigger players. Matterport, as of the recording of this video, is trading at about $235, $250 per share. Now this is record lows from its highs. We should honestly be seeing a much more robust price with numbers like this. Matterport was recently shifted from a sell to a hold stock. This is something you're going to want to consider as you're looking into the virtual tour field as a whole. And ultimately, this is a good news for Matterport. But is what's good news for Matterport good news for Matterport service providers or the people who actually utilize virtual tours? I believe not. Matterport has been engaging in some incredibly fishy business practices, notably encroaching on the services that are offered by their customer base, which would be the Matterport service providers. A lot of people might get confused and think that it's the individual real estate agent, the university, etc., that's doing business with Matterport, when in reality, there are independent contractors and businesses who have purchased their cameras and subscribe monthly to their software in order to be able to sell their services. Matterport recently has gotten into the market by offering a package. $299 covers a virtual tour of unspecified size, a floor plan, a video made by Matterport, which is simply, they're very basic, and still images, all for $299. Now, this obviously takes a massive share out of what's available for other Matterport service providers who've invested thousands and likely tens of thousands of dollars, not only into their equipment and subscriptions, but into the operations, marketing, and all the other costs of doing business that goes into running a business. So ultimately, seeing the virtual tour market being projected to triple in growth by 2030 is really good news. But we really want to see how that's going to unfold in a much more broader sense. The report itself covers both types of virtual tours, 3D and 360 virtual tours. So it really is a comprehensive review of what we can come to expect. It's a relief to know that those who are either servicing the virtual tour industry or are considering using a virtual tour in the future, that virtual tours are going to be a growing and expanding aspect of what the future layout of marketing looks like. You want to be relevant in the landscape in order to keep yourself standing out. Those who utilize virtual tours now are going to get ahead of the game. But again, this report covers multiple different types of virtual tours, so this isn't just good news for Matterport. What does this mean for Kula? What does this mean for 3D Vista or even CloudPano? Well, the applicability is only going to grow. As we see 360 cameras come online at lower and lower price points, we're going to see a lower cost of entry for people to get into the virtual tour industry. It's going to be vital for those who actually do offer services to have the goods to back it up. As one of the co-founders of Momentum 360 says, you don't want to be the shoemaker with no shoes. If you're going to be selling your products and services, you need to make sure that you're using the appropriate equipment to go out and capture. While this is a growing market and there's lots of business opportunities, from photographers to institutions that are willing to implement it, there needs to be serious considerations. When it comes to virtual tours, you get what you pay for. Now, Momentum 360 has specialized in making virtual tours accessible for all different types of applications. This can be from high-end luxury listings to people who are looking to make their space more accessible for those who need other considerations for accessibility. Now, ultimately, the report listed a few different companies that are the leaders of this field, and frankly, it's interesting to see the order that they were listed. The US companies in order are RTV Incorporated, which I'll be honest, I haven't heard of, Concept 3D, which I have heard of. The other is Kula, and then in fourth place is Matterport. I don't know if they're looking at the stock price to come up with these names. I don't know if they're coming up with evaluations or other considerations. Frankly, in consideration of the fact that this report came out 3 days ago and the revelations that Matterport has been banking at Silicon Valley Bank, or was at least, might put that in a lower spot. But to see that CloudPano, Zach Calhoun, good job, directly underneath Matterport, I'm going to be honest, buddy, I'd love to see you overtake Matterport one day. As functional as Matterport is, I do think CloudPano is a better software. Really, this report is phenomenal. I'm going to be linking it in the description below. It's something that's worth your time. Even though it covers the global aspect of the virtual tour market, you're going to want to know and understand so you can take advantage of this tripling in growth that we expect to see by 2030, because there's also going to be a great filtering of those who are able to do these tours. The advent of AI, those who are able to market their services and execute accordingly will be the ones who survive. Those who fail to take advantage of these technologies and implement them into their virtual tours will be the ones who are unable to capitalize on the advantages that are going to come with this explosive growth. Thank you so much for stopping by today, y'all, and talking with me about the Global News Wire report that came out 3 days ago as of this recording, talking about how the virtual tour market in the United States is going to expand from about $300 million to $950 million by 2030. Thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Jonathan McKnight. I'm the Director of Operations for Momentum 360. We're a virtual tour firm located in Philadelphia, servicing the entire world. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you on the next one.